Families of former Dondale detainees are disappointed the Royal Commission did not recommend any prosecutions of those in charge of the Territory's youth justice system. The Commission last week reported that after years of abuse and breaches of the law, it has referred some matters to the NT Police. But relatives of former detainees Aaron Hyde and Jake Roper say it's not enough.
After killing his friend in a stolen car crash in 2015, Aaron Hyde's mother knew he would have to do time again. But she didn't expect he'd later tell her. He was forcibly stripped, isolated for days, and handcuffed to a fence until he wet himself in youth detention.
Another one was been very brutally manhandled with handcuffs on, where he sustained head injuries from several guards.
Reading the Commission's findings, she's been further shocked by the treatment of detainees in Darwin's Dondale Centre.
It just really cements what Aaron has been opening up to me about his treatment in there, and as a parent, that's heartbreaking.
She's disappointed the Royal Commission hasn't recommended charges or sanctions against those responsible.
If I was to do the wrong things and found that I was in breach of so many policies and procedures to do with my workplace, I wouldn't have a job at the end of it.
The Commission didn't recommend prosecutions, despite making adverse findings against youth justice staff and politicians. So she's glad her family has joined a federal court civil class action.
There has to be some recourse on those individuals that had a part to play in this process.
Jake Roper was tear-gassed in detention in 2014 because he broke out of the isolation unit after 16 days held there. His family are also disappointed the Commission didn't recommend prosecutions or compensation.
Now that put in my mouth and can't breathe.
I'd like them to apologise and would like detention centres to close down.
Tracy Hyde says the Royal Commission has provided her son with counselling in the adult prison. She's also welcoming its recommendation more must be spent on rehabilitating young offenders.
As an average citizen who's also been affected by the crime within Darwin, something's not been working, and I think that is quite apparent, but something drastically needs to change to try and get a grip on the current crime rate.
We want the kids to be rehabilitated in our own community.
Appeals they both hope the Northern Territory and federal governments heed. Jane Bardon, ABC.